Hi, Joe Diomede on the outskirts of Montbrun on Sunday market day, and we have not a familiar a lot, but Bella from last interview with Sandy has pulled this roulotte from Amsterdam, and now I'm here speaking to Vanda, Sandy's partner, through a ritual called hand fasting, which I'll let Vanda quickly explain. So Vanda, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm great. Yeah.
Great. So tell my audience what's hand fasting. What does that mean?
Hand fasting is a contract, an open contract between two people, a love contract, a life contract for a year and a day, where we will take care of each other, walk with each other, live our life together, and then a year and a day from the contract we will come back together and decide whether we are still happy with living together, the choices that we've made, if we want to go in different directions, if we want to keep living together and loving each other. So it's a very open but tight contract in a way. You know, we're not going to let each other down. It's a bit like a vow of sort of helping each other and loving each other and taking care of each other for a year and a day.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it's a great spin. I mean, now with divorce rates going through the roof, you know, because you make these contracts for life. Yeah. You know, looking at it, I guess, and if children come into it, you probably, you know, you could twist and shape and turn it as life takes you.
Obviously, you could, yeah. Children for us are not going to come into the question. They've been done.
Whatever, but you know, yeah, excellent. And walking, you said walk through life together. So that leads you to our next question. So you're a Londoner,
I'm a Londoner.
And you have German blood as well. Yeah. And you've been living in France for 25 years, or 27 years. You know, quite a large part of your life. Yeah. And you said something off camera. You've never had a car. You've walked mostly. So so obviously the meeting with Sandy was, you know, very serendipitous. And
definitely, yeah, it was logical. You know, I'd never wanted to drive. I'd never been good at driving, and I'd never wanted to get into that system and monetary. You know, I always had a thing with money. So stay away from things that are going to cost me a lot of money and take up a lot of time and make me work for things that I don't want to do. So my whole life has been about using my feet. Looking at what's around me, gathering, eating simple, and just basically having to look after my feet because they're my vehicle, and hitching a lot. You know, since about the age of 17, hitching everywhere, meeting people. I love meeting people. I love those moments that you get when you're anyone that you want to be.
Excellent. I love that. Anyone you want to be. And that brings me to the next question you said about gathering. So I know when you and Sandy hit the road, I have a couple of friends around here. You've gone to their house and showed them all the edible plants around their house. How does a woman from London get into the gathering? And tell me a bit more about the gathering. How does that work?
Okay, the gathering, for the last 20 years, it's been a journey for myself. I was an unhealthy Londoner. I was ill all the time as a kid, and I decided when I was about 20 that I'd had enough of doctors and I'd had enough of eating bad food, and I didn't have the money. You know, I wasn't a money maker. So what was my alternative? My alternative was to learn about what is available around me, the medicine, the food and the medicine, because they go together. You know, gathering, even just picking, gets all of the good essential oils of the plants coming into your body, and then eating is like medicine. So the idea was basically to not be worried about life, about having food in your fridge, or the end of months, difficult months, and having the freedom to eat healthily and to stay healthy. So ever since I've been gathering, I've not seen a doctor.
Wow.
That was my, you know, my big choice. After having been a sick kid, I didn't want to have doctors playing about with me anymore. So gathering has given me that freedom, that independence, and it's been a journey, and it would be a life journey, learning and meeting new plants, like meeting new people. Wherever I go, I meet new things. But when I go around to people, the idea is to give them that freedom, give them that independence, so that they have that ease of mind to know that they're eating healthy, chosen plants on their land, so they know that it's not been treated with pesticides, herbicides, etc. They're taking care of their food, you know, food zone. And so, yeah, it's been a 20-year journey up until now, but I'm still learning, and I will learn all my life. And it's like meeting people. We'll learn all our life, and we just keep growing, you know. Plants teach you. Yes. Yeah? Yeah. It seeps in. You know, there's been books, there's been videos, there's been very few people, because I'm a bit of a loner, and I've been a bit of a loner a lot of my life, but just the plants themselves and watching animals in nature has taught me what's good, what's bad, and being a very wary person as well. You know, I don't touch anything that I haven't checked at least 100 times.
Right.
Yeah. You know, if it's something new and I'm really not sure, then I just check with people, with pharmacists, with books, with internet. We have all the possibilities to gather the knowledge that we want. So yeah, the plants is a freedom thing. It's about gathering back your right to walk on the land, your right to gather and to be able to eat and to drink and to not have to worry about money. Because money has been a worry thing for me. You know, I'm not a happy money person.
Excellent,
So,
excellent,
yeah,
Vanda.
freedom.
Well, yeah, freedom from the machine.
Definitely.
And we have quite a weird juxtaposition, just to tell my audience, as I'm speaking to Vanda here with the roulotte in the background. Jesse, can you go and show that rocket stove, cooking that breakfast rocket stove? There's the roulotte that Sandy came down here on. And as I'm doing that, you might hear some horns in the background. There's a semi-professional bicycle race going by, and men in Lycra and all these bikes. So that's the beauty of this world.
Yeah.
Here we are like that, and then that bike race comes by, and it's lovely countryside.
It's all in movement all the time.
Everything's movement, and pretty soon Vanda and Sandy will be moving. Tell me quickly about that before we close off. Where are you going?
We're heading, well, we're going left, we're going right, we're going, you know, the crossroad will decide, but we're heading basically up into the Pyrenees, probably starting off in Massat, you know, the valley of Massat, and meeting people. For me is meeting herbalists, meeting new plants, getting more information, gathering knowledge about folklore, plants, medicine, and that will be my, you know, my journey. But the journey is basically walking. It's just meeting people, meeting ourselves, know where to go and nothing to do, step by step, enjoying the world that we're living in.
Thank you, Vanda. And yes, just to quickly bring everyone up to speed on that, because I was talking to Sandy, the roulotte is going to be parked for a little while, and they are literally walking. Bella will be coming, carrying their heavy load, and they will be using their feet to go up through the Pyrenees on a journey that's taking them to meet new plants, new animals, new adventure. Joe Diamede, Telly Montbrun, thanking Vanda and Sandy and everybody, and have a good one. Goodbye.
Lovely.